सर्ववाङ्मयम् आहार्यं चन्द्रतारादि तं नुमः सात्विकं शिवं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः.
It's always taken. As parents, we have watched Rachna grow as an individual and dance through this beautiful journey. Our commitment to mastering this ancient and revered dance form has been inspiring. We have seen her practice for countless hours while balancing her academics and dance with grace and determination. Today, we are humbled and excited to share our joy and pride with all of you. Against this background, I welcome you all. I extend heartfelt gratitude to all our family members, friends, well-wishers who have joined here personally, and also those who have tuned in across the different continents within the time zones. Your presence means the world to us and adds to the joy of this celebration. We are deeply grateful to the Guru Srimati Subhashini Vijayasantanam for our invaluable guidance and mentorship. Your support has been instrumental in shaping Rachna's journey. As we witness Rachna's performance this morning, we invite you to appreciate the rich cultural heritage of Bharatanatyam, which she beautifully brings to life on stage today. Let us celebrate her dedication, artistry, and the beginning of a new chapter in her dance journey. Once again, I welcome you all.
Before we get started, I would like to humbly remind everyone of some house rules. No food or drink is allowed in the auditorium. If you must leave the auditorium during the performance, please do so in between items. If you have young children, please sit towards the aisle. Kindly leave the auditorium if they get restless, as this is disturbing to the rest of the audience members. Kindly do not let the children roam around the theater unattended. Kindly maintain silence and talk softly when the show is in progress. Please put all digital devices on silent mode.
Good morning and namaskaram. Centuries ago, Lord Brahma revealed the principles of dance and drama to the great sage Bharata Muni, and through him the Natya Shastra came into existence. Through the Natya Shastra, the Bharatanatyam dance form originated and grew roots in the temples of South India and has since then delighted and mesmerized the art lovers throughout the world. Today, may the divine vibrate in and bless Rachna Arangetram success. As is the primary goal of an artist, let's pray that Rachna through her dance transports the audience into another parallel reality and that she is able to awaken our inner being and fill it with wonderment. May the Almighty bless her in pursuing this art, thereby bringing pride and joy to the family and the institution. With the blessings of Rachna's grandparents, Srimati Chandra Ambarishan, late Shri K. Ambarishan, late Srimati Tandava and late Shri Narasimhamurthy, we now commence the Arangetram. On behalf of the From Within Academy and Rachna's family, we cordially welcome you all to the Arangetram. I will now hand over to our eminent MC and our very dear friend, Dr. Tanuja. Thank you.
Today's MC is Tanuja Gandhi. She's a very good friend of ours, and she's a psychiatrist in Brown University, and she's come all the way from Rhode Island to take this position for today. Tanuja, can you come on? Yes. And before handing over the stage to her, this whole is lasts for like a 2 hours 30 minutes, and it's got 2 sessions. Part 1, we'll take a break for 20 minutes, and it should be around 11, between 11:30 and 11:50. And after that again we'll reassemble, and the second part of the session after followed by lunch. I hope all of you enjoy this program. Thank you very much. It's all yours.
Thank you. A very good morning to all of you. When he said I'm taking this position, it felt like I'm interviewing for another job again. Thank God it's a Sunday morning, you don't do job interviews on Sunday. But I'm Tanuja. It's a pleasure and honor to be here, to be a part of this wonderful occasion for a very dear friend's family. And I hope today I'm able to do justice to this experience of the dance recital, which in short is actually just an experience to indulge in. The words are written by Rachna's mom and the teacher together, and it embodies the spirit of what we're going to experience together. So I hope I'm able to do that for you. With that, we'll get started. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, which is thanking the God and the Guru. A very good morning to all of you who are here to grace this auspicious occasion of Rachna Mohan's Bharatanatyam Arangetram. The word Arangetram is an amalgamation of the Tamil word Arangam means stage and Yetram means to ascend. The occasion therefore signifies a point in the dancer's journey where the dancer ascends a stage and thereby reveals his or her skills to an audience of scholars and art lovers. So it's a graduation in short. And at this point in time, I think we'd like to hear from Rachna what it means to learn Bharatanatyam, which is an ancient dance form, and just to have the Arangetram today. So we'll hear it in Rachna's words right now through a video.
Bharatanatyam is not merely a dance, it is a sacred ritual, a form of spiritual expression, and a medium through which dancers convey the deepest of human emotions and stories from Hindu mythology. Bharatanatyam's origins trace back over 2,000 years, with its earliest roots in the Natya Shastra, an ancient treatise on performing arts written by the sage Bharatanatyam. This dance form was traditionally performed by Devadasis, women who were dedicated to the service of temple deities. The Devadasis, literally servants of God, played a crucial role in preserving and performing the sacred art, which was seen as a form of worship. The dance itself is a complex amalgamation of rhythm, thala, melody, raga, and expression, abhinaya. Every gesture, posture, and movement in Bharatanatyam is codified and symbolic, drawing from a vast repertoire of hand gestures, mudras, facial expressions, bhavas, and body movements, karanas. Through these elements, the dancer communicates stories of gods, goddesses, and legendary heroes, often infused with moral and philosophical teachings. The history of Bharatanatyam is not devoid of conflict and transformation. During the colonial period, the British Raj imposed Victorian moral values on Indian society, leading to the stigmatization of the Devadasi system. This period saw the decline of Bharatanatyam as the Devadasis were marginalized and often associated with overt sexual behavior. Thus, the art was condemned as immoral. The early 20th century, however, witnessed a renaissance of Bharatanatyam, driven by the efforts of cultural revivalists like Rukmini Devi Arundel, Atai, a Brahmin woman redefined and really resurrected Bharatanatyam, detaching it from its temple origins and Devadasi associations, presenting it as a respected and classical art form of the modern stage. This revival, however, was not without its own politics. The Reformation was often criticized for sanitizing and Brahmanizing the dance, erasing its connections to its original custodians, the Devadasis, many of whom were from marginalized communities. Today, Bharatanatyam thrives as a global art form, performed and revered across the world. However, its journey through time raises significant questions about cultural ownership, authenticity, and transformation. The dance's appropriation and recontextualization reflect broader dynamics of power, caste, and gender within Indian society. Engaging with the art is to step into a living tradition that is continuously evolving. It demands not only technical prowess, but also a deep understanding of its cultural and historical context. The philosophical essence of Bharatanatyam lies in its ability to transcend time and space, connecting the dancer with the audience and the divine in a timeless dialogue. So it is my hope that you can experience the divine.
So with that brief introduction, we'll take on the next step to beginning the formal part of the graduation ceremony. We now start the program with an invocation by Dr. Prakash Vishnu. An invocation is our asking for blessings from God. So to introduce Dr. Prakash. Dr. Prakash Vishnu is a consultant physician and clinician researcher at Fred Hutch Cancer Center and an associate professor in hematology and oncology at the University of Washington in Seattle. Outside of medicine, Dr. Vishnu has a keen interest in music, anthropology, and cultures of the world. He loves adventure traveling and recently undertook a trek to the Mount Everest base camp. That actually blew me away. But without further ado, the mic is handed to Dr. Vishnu.
Thank you for the kind introduction, Dr. Gandhi. Ya kundendu tusharahara dhavala Ya shubhravastramruta Ya veena varadanda manditakara Ya shveta padmasana Ya shankara prabhutibhi devai sada pujita Samam patu saraswati bhagavati Nisheshajaryapaha Shuklam Brahma Vicharasara Parama Adhyam Jagadvyapinim Veena Pustakadharinim Abhayadam Jadyandakarapaha Haste Spatika Malika Vidadhatim Padmasane
What an energetic start to the day. When I was asked to do the hosting for this performance, or just the recital today, I'm like, she's going to dance for 3 hours straight? Like, don't worry, she's got it, because it takes a lot of stamina, preparation, and energy to keep this up. And one of the performances is almost half an hour long. So, a round of applause again to energize the dancer. Thank you. So when we start a performance, we talked about Rachna, we've seen her family, and now we want to talk about her teacher. A few words about Rachna's guru, Srimati Subhashini Vijayasantanam. Srimati M. Subhashini Vijayasantanam is an enriching, sensitive, artistic, and a gracious person. She's the founder and artistic director of the From Within Academy. She started her dance journey at the young age of 9 at Prasadnalaya in Chennai, in India. Her curiosity and passion to learn helped her branch into the lanes of Kalakshetra, Pandanalur, and Balapur with the help of various esteemed gurus. Her Arangetram in 1988 was the beginning of a beautiful journey of performing and teaching Bharatanatyam. Life guided her to move to New Delhi and learn from Srimati Nandini Nagaraj. Here she was prompted to be a teacher. Her next destination was Tapasya Kala Sampradaya in Chennai. Here, her dance aesthetics was sensitized along with her training in Carnatic music. Srimati Subhashini started the From Within Academy in 2003 in Seattle. She currently has successful dancing programs in Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad, all in India, and is an inspiration to young talents who are interested in the art of Bharatanatyam. She's working with Spradha to introduce to an exclusive online curriculum for aspiring students across the world. So we will be listening to a few words from Rachna's Guruji. The video, please. I think for now we're going to skip the video and go to the next performance. So now Rachna continues her second dance, Alaripu. Alaripu symbolizes the offering of respect to God, the Guru, and the audience. Alaripu literally means the blossoming of a flower and thereby translates to blossoming of both dance and dancer in the presence of the audience. The dance is entirely based on the synchrony of rhythm and focuses on relaxing the dancer's body. It is set to a count of 3 beats and is typically an opening number. Starting with movements of the neck, eyes, and shoulders, it gradually includes movements of the whole body. This dance essentially warms the body and sets the stage for the more complicated dance numbers to follow. So Alaripu is next dance, Tala Tisra Ekam, composer, Tanjore Quartet, the late 18th century, choreographer, Kalakshetra Rukmini Devi Arundel, 1904 to 1986 CE. What an energetic start to the day. When I was asked to do the hosting for this performance, or just the recital today, I'm like, she's gonna dance for 3 hours straight? Like, don't worry, she's got it, because it takes a lot of stamina, preparation, and energy to keep this up. And one of the performances is almost half an hour long. So, a round of applause again to energize the dancer. So when we start a performance, we talked about Rachna, we've seen her family, and now we want to talk about her teacher. A few words about Rachna's guru, Srimati Subhashini Vijayasantanam. Srimati M. Subhashini Vijayasantanam is an enriching, sensitive, artistic, and a gracious person. She's the founder and artistic director of the From Within Academy. She started her dance journey at the young age of 9 at Prasadnalaya in Chennai, in India. Her curiosity and passion to learn helped her branch into the lanes of Kalakshetra, Pandanalur, and Barapur with the help of various esteemed gurus. Her Arangetram in 1988 was the beginning of a beautiful journey of performing and teaching Bharatanatyam. Life guided her to move to New Delhi and learn from Srimati Nandini Nagaraj. Here she was prompted to be a teacher. Her next destination was Tapasya Kala Sampradaya in Chennai. Here, her dance aesthetics was sensitized along with her training in Carnatic music. Srimati Subhashini started the From Within Academy in 2003 in Seattle. She currently has successful dancing programs in Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad, all in India, and is an inspiration to young talents who are interested in the art of Bharatanatyam. She's working with Spradha to introduce to an exclusive online curriculum for aspiring students across the world. So we will be listening to a few words from Rachna's Guruji. The video, please. I think for now we're going to skip the video and go to the next performance. So now Rachna continues her second dance, Alaripu. Alaripu symbolizes the offering of respect to God, the Guru, and the audience. Alaripu literally means the blossoming of a flower, and thereby translates to blossoming of both dance and dancer in the presence of the audience. The dance is entirely based on the synchrony of rhythm and focuses on relaxing the dancer's body. It is set to a count of 3 beats and is typically an opening number. Starting with movements of the neck, eyes, and shoulders, it gradually includes movements of the whole body. This dance essentially warms the body and sets the stage for the more complicated dance numbers to follow. So Alaripu is the next dance, Tala Tisra Ekam, composer Tanjore Quartet, the late 18th century, choreographer Kalakshetra Rukmini Devi Arundale, 1904 to 1986 CE.
Kuta kuta dikira toka,
your presence here on this auspicious occasion. So please give a resounding applause for Rachna's remarkable efforts. Thank you. The next dance is a Kautvam, where Rachna plays obeisance to Lord Muruga. A Kautvam is an ancient piece of classical dance and is a hymn, a song of devotion in praise of a deity, and is one of the opening items in a Bharatanatyam repertoire. In a Kautvam, Cholakatus, that is rhythmic syllables, are intertwined with the lyrics of the song. It has both nrita, that is footwork, abhinaya, that is expressions, and these are components of its choreography. This Kautvam is in praise of Lord Muruga, the son of Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati, who destroys the Asura Surapadman at the summoning of his mother and devotees. So, Lord Muruga, the one with the well or spear, the one whirling around Kailash at great speed on his peacock, Lord Muruga, the powerful commander-in-chief of the army of the gods, who tears open the oceans and crumbles the hardest rocks of the mountains. O Lord Muruga, in your grace we seek refuge. Kriya, Tara Adi, and composer is Tanjore Quartet from the late 18th century. So, moving on, it is an honor to have Rachna's guru, Srimati Subhashini Vijay Santhanam, to say a few words. While her physical presence is missed today, her wisdom and guidance will undoubtedly richen the proceedings. We are grateful for her participation and look forward to hearing her words of insight and inspiration through the digital realm. So at this time, we're going to see a video with her teacher's words. The video. The next dance now is a Varnam. A Varnam is an important and complex part of the Bharatanatyam repertoire. It is usually performed as a centerpiece of dance and is considered as a test to the dancer's nrita, that is rhythm through graceful movements, natya, laya, which is footwork, and abhinaya, which is expressions. It tests the dancer's stamina and temperament. The composition offers a delightful visual harmony of the various facets of the dance, be it by music, choreography, mime, or poetry. A Varnam can go on as long as 30 minutes, with the poetic stanzas that are interspersed with crisp jatis and rhythmic sequences that offer an exciting crescendo in this item. It depicts small stories to leave the audience with an enchanting experience. Rachna now presents a Varnam on Dashavataram, which is 10 forms. The Ashtapadi is a set of 8 verses composed by the legendary devotee poet Jayadeva. The verses chosen for presentation this evening describe the 10 beautiful avatarams or incarnations of Lord Krishna. So what I describe next are the 10 forms of Lord Krishna, or the 10 incarnations he took across a period of time. And Rachna says, this is pretty much a depiction of the evolution of mankind, and it talks about different points of time when God came in a form which could be that of an animal, or the different forms that I'm going to talk about, to either address a conflict or move mankind into the next stage of life. And it's basically a sort of evolution, even spiritually. So the first avataram is that of the Lord donning the form of a giant fish to save the Vedas. This has a beautiful backstory to it, and for anyone who's interested in learning more about the mythology behind these stories, there's some very good links on YouTube. There's a beautiful Wikipedia description of the story where the god comes in the form of a giant fish to save the sacred scriptures. The second one is that of a tortoise or tortoise. When the mountain Mandara, that is churned by the Devas and Asuras, falls into the ocean, he takes on the form of a tortoise and lifts up the mountain on his back. Again, this has a beautiful backstory about how the Devas and Asuras were churning the ocean to get the nectar of immortality, and how God comes in, basically plays his role in saving the situation. The third form is that of a boar. When the primal man and women were created by Lord Brahma, and they have no place to live, he takes on the form of a boar and digs up the earth from the bottom of the ocean. The fourth is Narasimha. Again, a very beautiful and compelling story that goes with this incarnation. When devotee Prahalada is abused by his father Hiranyakashipu, God emerges from the pillar in a half-man, half-lion form and kills him as Narasimha. The fifth one is that of a dwarf named Vamana. He takes on the form of a dwarf, Vamana, and takes a vow from Maharaja Bali that he would give him 3 footsteps of land. And that sounds simple, right? 3 footsteps of land. But the way the story goes is that he then grows into the 3 Vikrama form and covers the heavens and the earth with 2 steps. And then finally, the 3rd step he takes and steps in Bali's head for the 3rd one. So as much as the 3 steps sounded small, in the story that goes with this avataram, it changes the fate dramatically of Maharaja Bali. The 5th was the dwarf Vamana, and the 6th is Lord Parashurama. He takes on the form of Lord Parashurama to protect Brahmanas against the atrocities of the Kshatriyas in the warrior clan. The next is that of Lord Rama, an embodiment of virtue and righteousness, to kill the demon king of Lanka, Ravana, who kidnaps Rama's beloved wife Sita. This also has a very nice background story, and then the whole story of King Rama and his wife Sita is told in the Ramayana, which is again a holy scripture. The next one is that of the form of Balarama. He takes on the form of Balarama, where he uses his plough to manipulate the natural elements and diverts the river Yamuna to water-parched lands. He takes the form of Buddha when all rituals become meaningless without true devotion, and thereby guides people onto the path of enlightenment. He then takes on the form of Kalki in Kali Yuga, which is the modern age, and in the sacred scripture is symbolized with changing of times, and then God comes in the Kalki avatar, signified by the coming of a comet, an ill omen, and he destroys the world, which marks the culmination of a period of darkness, and then the beginning of a new cycle of time. So if you read Hindu mythology, there is a lot of mention about the end of times and how you have the Kalki avatar come and bring about a new age. And to me, it felt a beautiful synchrony in many ways that flows across religions and cultures, where there is the end of a certain age and the dawn of a new age. And with this one, that's how it's described. So what we're going to see now is Rachna performing a dance which shows these 10 avatars or incarnations of Lord Krishna. So it is going to be exciting to see how Rachna portrays these. I'm a little nervous, to be honest, because I think dancing for 20 to 30 minutes and showing 10 different incarnations is quite a feat and a challenge in itself, but I'm sure she can do it. So please let us give her a big round of applause for taking on such a beautiful Varnam. So this Varnam is in Raga Ragamalika, the Tara is Adi, and composer is Jayadeva, 1170 to 1245.
Rachna Arangetram, who have also helped train her along my side, and to all my orchestra who have created this wonderful music that you're hearing for the program today. So, Uthakadi Venkata Kavi was a composer, a prolific composer, both in Sanskrit and Tamil, in the 1700s. So, 1700 to 1760 to be precise. So, he came at a point before the Trinity. Tyagaraja, Muthuswami Dikshidhar, and Shyama Shastri are supposed to live between 1760s to the 1840s. So he fulfilled the gap between the Purandaradasa period as well as the Trinity period. So in that period, he came from a little town in Manargudi in Tamil Nadu, in India, in 200 miles from the city of Chennai, and he moved himself to this little place called Uthakadu. And in Uthakadu, the main presiding deity is the Kalina Nardana Krishna. So that Krishna inspired him, and he literally taught him music because Uthakadi Venkata Subbaiah did not have any teachers. He was searching for the teacher, but it's believed that Lord Krishna himself was his guru, and he composed so many poems on Kalina Nardana Krishna. So he composed many compositions, of which only 500 are available today. That too from the generational teachings of his brothers, children, and so forth. So it's believed that one of his nephews was a court musician in the Maratha court in Tanjore. So as you know that in the olden times, Tanjore was a seat of music and dance, and it also was the capital city of Tamil Nadu. So the Maratha rulers, Bhosle Maharaj, in his court, nephew of Venkata Subbaiah was serving. So the musicianship was so great, not only with him but also amongst all his family members. So the cool thing about this is that he has composed many compositions of Varnams, Kirtanams, Kitilanas, and today Rachna has picked two items from Uthakadu Venkata Subbaiah's compositions. One is the Kalina Nardana Tilana itself, which we present almost like a Kirtanam because of the lyrical content being so high. Generally in the Tilana, in the traditional repertory, the lyrics are very little. But this one mostly comprises of lyrics, so we thought we will present it like the dramatic element of, Krishna playing ball and rescuing the ball from the snake, and forgiving the snake finally, and having him go and not poison river Yamuna but go live in the ocean. And the second piece is Kannan Varigindra. It's almost like a Kavadi Chindar. It is so beautiful, and Rachna picked it out herself, and she basically said that I want to do this piece. So we have envisioned it as a conversation between a peacock and the Gopi Radha, waiting for Krishna's arrival, and how every, the river, the trees, the leaves, the flowers, and everything, the bees, everybody in the forest is waiting for Krishna's arrival. So I do hope you enjoy these pieces, and just that I wanted to say, in 2024 we are presenting the works of a composer from the 18th century. So we are very proud of the lineage and the weight of the art that carries through from generation to generation, and you are all part of the thread, and thank you for being there today for us and encouraging us on this journey to further the beautiful art of Bharatanatyam. So thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful morning and enjoy the rest of the show. And Rachna, you are priceless. I am sure so precious to me, and I hope that you are able to carry your art form forward. I'm sure you will, and pass it along to other people who come to study with you, and who come to watch you, and who come to be in your presence, in your artistic presence, and who can share your energy with others and do great things. I'm sure you're going to go off to grade 12 and then on to college, and then you're going to have a huge set of friends. And I'm sure that in the United States, because there are many well-meaning people who really want to learn the art of Bharatanatyam, many of the universities have dance clubs and so forth, and it's a very good thing. So it's a very nice thing for the South Indian community or the diaspora to feel encouraged and accepted, through this art form, which doesn't look like, oh, strange, and oh my gosh, oh, the costume is so exotic. So from that stage to actually understanding the dance and saying, oh, This is the scholarship of the artist. So to that is wonderful. I think that you should definitely use all the opportunities that are given to you, and may you grow and further the art and do it with the same passion and rigor as you always do. And I am so grateful to Mr. Dr. Mohan and Dr. Menka, for giving us this opportunity and putting the whole show together and making it such an elegant, eventful, memorable, awesome experience for all. Thank you.
Blown away when I saw Rachna dance and heard this song, because it's a beautiful new age rendition of a very old song. So stay tuned for more. In the meantime, we hope you enjoyed the break. And again, that was just a small break because there's a lunch awaiting the end of the program. We are now ready to dive into the second half of this wonderful dance event. Let us make the second half just as enjoyable and engaging as the initial half. Rachna will now perform some verses from the popular hymn Aigiri Nandini in praise of the Mother Goddess Durga as the next item to this morning's performance. Aigiri means the daughter of the mountain king, and Nandini means the one who gives joy to the world. This dance depicts the female power in a fierce form. It takes us back to the legendary tale of Mahishasura and the fierce battle waged by goddess Durga to vanquish him. Mahishasura was a formidable demon, and he was granted a boon by Lord Brahma that made him nearly invincible. With this boon, he wreaked havoc both in heaven and on earth, causing chaos and terror. This is a very compelling story, and I know I've said this before, but all these stories have such beauty to the background, so I encourage you to go back and read. Because with this boon, he wreaked havoc in heaven and on earth, causing chaos and terror. His arrogance and tyranny knew no bounds. The gods were overwhelmed by his power and then turned to the supreme power for help. In response to their pleas, the Trinity, or the Holy Trinity in Hindu mythology, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, combined their powers and manifest Durga to challenge Mahishasura. Goddess Durga emerges as a radiant and divine warrior, bearing an array of weapons and riding a lion. She engages Mahishasura in a fierce battle that raged for 9 days and 9 nights. Ultimately, on the 10th day, she defeats the demon and restores peace and order. This Stotram celebrates the divine feminine energy, which is seen as the embodiment of strength, compassion, and love. It reinforces the idea, and this part really speaks to a concept which basically is like beyond time and just age in thought. It reinforces the idea that the feminine aspect of the divine is neither weak nor passive, but can exhibit immense power when necessary, just like a mother fiercely protecting her child. So the next performance is on Aigiri Nandini, Raga Revati, Tara Adi, and composer is Adi Shankaracharya. dance repertoire now continues with Kalinga Nartana Tilana. This song is a composition by Uttakada Venkata Kavi, who is considered an avatar of sage Narada. The Kalinga Nartana Perumal is a presiding deity of Uttakada town, and this divine play on Kaliya snake is enacted through this composition. As this composition is more lyrical than normal Tilanas, we have chosen to present this like a Kirtana. This dance is with reference to the popular mythological story in which Lord Krishna, as a young boy, danced on the serpent Kaliya or Kalinga to stop him from poisoning the Yamuna river. So this is how the story goes, and this is just a glimpse of how rich all these stories are. Once upon a time, the young Krishna and his cowherd friends were playing ball on the banks of the river Yamuna. Well, the ball falls into the river, and Krishna jumps after the ball to retrieve it. Kaliya, the poisonous snake, who's resting in that river, gets disturbed by his presence and rises up, challenges and attacks Krishna. Krishna effortlessly saves himself from every attack and tugs on Kaliya's tail. He then springs onto Kaliya's multi-hooded head and assumes his original magnificent form. As he dances on the nagas of the snake's heads, he assumes the weight of the universe and subdues Kaliya. He compels the snake to recognize his greatness. And in a gesture of mercy and compassion, Krishna spares Kalinga's life upon his surrender, as Kalinga promises not to harm anyone further. So Kalinga Nartana Tilana in Raga Gambhiranate, Tala Adi, composer Uttakada Venkata Kavi, 1700 to 1765. So after that wonderful performance and storytelling through dance, music and song, we move on to the next item. So this is a tilana. The tilana is generally a pure dance or nritta piece. The short verse in this tilana describes the devotee's praise for Lord Shiva. The specialty of the tilana is twofold. It begins with a short verse or abhinaya, and the syllables were sung and danced following it. This is unusual as most tilanas begin with the syllables and then anupallavi followed by the lyrics in the charanam. So these are all terms to describe the way the songs are structured and the beauty of this one in a way that's different from the others. The second is that the entire tilana can be sung in two avartanams of the Simhananda Talam. One for the sahityam and one for the swara or syllables. Here is the meaning of the verse that you're going to hear. Lord of Gavri, giver of immense good, one whose arrow is Vishnu, the Lord of Lakshmi, destroyer of Yama, the god of death, holder of the trident, the one bearing River Ganga on his head, the destroyer of the three cities of the Asuras, one wearing the elephant hide, the black-throated Lord, one in a beautiful abode with singers, priests and kings, one holding the Meru mountain as a bow, the majestic dancer of the golden hall, protect us. So Gauri Nayaka Tilana in Raga Kannada, Tala Simhanandanam, composer is Mahavaidyanath Iyer, 1844 to 1893 CE. We're almost at the home stretch at this time. So next is a special item. This is the final dance of today's dance recital. It's called Kannam Varagendra. The most special element of all of our Indian classical performing art is the emotive component. In this segment, you will first see a padam, which is usually described as lyrical poetry, where the Nayika or the protagonist has a conversation with her lord or beloved. This padam is envisioned to be a conversation between a peacock and Radha, Krishna's beloved. The peacock is dancing with joy as Krishna is expected to arrive anytime soon. And this is how the story goes. The joyous anticipation is palpable on the riverbank, wherein the gentle breeze pleasantly rocks the branches of the trees. You can indeed hear the sweet sound of Krishna's flute that matches the amazing melodies of the cuckoo bird. The music is so sweet and powerful that even the departed souls would return. The peacock urges Radha to be a little patient for her Krishna. The gurgling river dances and forges the following path or the flowing path around in circles as if waiting for Krishna at that very spot, like the heart of a devotee that revels in singing his praises. Radha rejoices hearing that the devotees are singing in anticipation of Krishna's arrival. She's eager to meet him and asks the peacock, "Is it time for Krishna to arrive?" The peacock pretends to not understand her feelings and instead pretends that he actually thinks Krishna is headed in the opposite direction. Radha gets very upset at this, and the peacock laughs and reassures her that Krishna is on his way to her indeed. The peacock then goes on to describe how the distressed bees scorn and shun the jasmine blooms in anticipation of Krishna's sweet lips and his brilliant smile. The peacock further says everyone is in a trance and they are wondering if this is all real or is it just a dream. But then they pinch themselves to realize, no, it's not a dream and it is all happening right now, heralding Krishna's arrival. The fragrant talukku flower and the jasmine flower exchange looks and ask about each other's welfare, but quickly focus on the task at hand. They decide that the time is not appropriate to indulge in small talk and that they would be better watching for Krishna's arrival, awaiting to adorn his dark beautiful tresses, and once there, then can engage in happy and pleasant conversation and talk all they want. This is the beautiful description of a moment when there are the devotees waiting for Krishna's arrival and everything described in such joyous and subtle detail. Absolutely soulful Kannam Varagendra by Sikil Gurucharan and Anil Srinivasan in Raga Ahir Bhairavi, Tara Adi, and composer Uttakara Venkata Kavi, 1700 to 1765 CE. when you see the dance so beautiful that I found a small bell from a gungru right on stage here. For me, when I heard this song and had seen her practice recital the first time, I had to walk away a few times. Not because it wasn't good, but it was so good and so soulful that I was almost moved to tears by this description of the love that Radha has for Krishna and just the beauty of the whole composition that's so gentle yet so powerful without as many words needed to describe the feelings in those sentences. And I think that's the beauty of this morning, that to experience the divine, to have this blissful experience of culture and richness of expression, you don't need as many words, but music and song alone could do it all. Well, we're almost at the home stretch. I've said this once before, but we really are. At this time, we're going to conclude with the Mangalam. So at this point, Rachna will now conclude her recital with a salutation to God, Guru, and the audience for making her performance an amazing success. The Mangalam will be in Raga Madhyamavati, Tala Adi. Composer is Saint Tyagaraja and choreographer is Kalakshetra Rukmini Devi Arundel. We've come to the end of a beautiful, beautiful graduation ceremony and recital. I would like to thank all of you for being such a wonderful audience, and I'm hoping that we could do justice to having you share this experience with us and experience both the divine and just the splendor of Carnatic music and a beautiful dance, Bharatanatyam, through Rachna's performance today. My gratitude to Rachna, her parents, and her Guruji for being so wonderful and giving me this opportunity to be a part of this journey and such an auspicious occasion in their life. But with that, thank you again, and I'll hand it over to Rachna's father, Mohan.
I'm feeling overwhelmed and at a loss of words to describe Rachna's fascinating performance and her as an individual. Hence, I request Dr. Cooper, a professor of pathology at the University of Pennsylvania. He and his wife Nimmi have been everything to us: parents, father, guide, mentor. And he has seen Rachna grow from a kid to this stage. I fondly call him Kum. So I kindly request him to say a few words about Rachna. Please go. I gave him a very short notice. Sorry about that.
Thank you. Thank you. Can we have the lights on for the auditorium? Just a little light so we can see and hear what we speak to. It's good friends, colleagues, family. And it's nice to see you all here. And it's a reflection of Mohan's popularity that we have so many colleagues from our workplace environment here. It's so nice of you all to come and share this lovely experience with us. It's a dance form that's unique to many of you, and many of you have not seen this dance form. But I have a little insight into it because my cousin trained in Chennai with you must have seen the photograph of the woman earlier on. She brought the dance form back to India, and my cousin spent 5 years with her. So I learned a little bit from my cousin. My wife and I spent many years watching her. So this has been a beautiful performance. But you're wondering why Mohan asked me here, because it goes back 9 years ago. I first met him in April 2015 when he came up to the US CAP, our annual meeting, and he introduced himself to me. And I fell in love with him immediately. How can you not? Mohan is so infectious. He's such a nice character, and everybody loves him. And I then went to Botswana since 2015, and I've been seeing him twice a year for an entire month. When Menaka had to go to England to extend and expand her education, I spent the whole month with Mohan and Siddharth and Rachna. And Mohan used to cook for us every day. So I've seen Rachna and Siddharth since they were that high grow up. And of course, Menaka went to the United Kingdom for 2 years, and Mohan chose to follow his dream in the United States. And he brought his family down after 2 years, and now 5 years later, we have a graduation, and we're privileged to see this graduation of this young dancer with so much skill and talent. And she has a lot of talent, believe me, because the first half was traditional Bharatanatyam. You may or may not appreciate what that means, but it's the art form depicted as taught by the gurus. The dance form from the Bharatanatyam, an Indian tradition, here to the United States, New Jersey, where else? And brought in forms that I've never seen before. And bringing in a modern twist to a dance form of a generation of her age is beautiful. I saw my cousin do a fusion between the African dance and Bharatanatyam, which is also beautiful to watch. But I saw Durga here in front with her tongue out in the dance form. That shook me. That was Mother Earth herself. You may not, if you Google Mother Durga, you'll see on a line. And the fierceness that she showed you with her tongue sticking out, that was Mother Durga. And then Krishna and Radha at the end, with that beautiful depiction of that beauty and joy of Krishna. Again, if you look at or read the Bhagavad Gita, you will learn of Krishna's philosophy, which is love and joy, and that is what is depicted there. For me, the beautiful part of it, which I think Menaka had something to do with it, was that was a Tamil song, and I recognized that. And I was very happy that Menaka brought in Tamil and ended with that joy and beauty. So join me in not only congratulating Rachna for this graduation of an important part of her life, but for the Mohans, because Mohan and his family have graduated and are now going on to a new adventure. It's somewhat unfortunate for us losing such a lovely family. We've spent many a weekend with them. We watched Menka and Rachna plan this day for the last 2 years. And this is a success to that plan. But like I said, it's a graduation not only of Rachna, but to Mohan, the family, as they embark on a new journey. So let us wish them love, peace, and joy in that, and wish them all the best, and to keep in touch and stay with us, because they are part of our family. Thank you.
kind of very emotional, but I control my emotions. So we are almost on time. Probably it took more than 20 minutes, like the way we, more than what we scheduled. I'll take a few words by the time the lunch and everything will get ready, and I'll allow Rachna to take a breath, because I want to ask her. I asked her to share a few words while preparing for this intense dance program, Bharatanatyam. Again, on behalf of my family and myself, I thank everyone for gracing this occasion with your presence and participating in this beautiful celebration of Bharatanatyam performed by Rachna. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the Almighty and our parents for blessing us with the opportunity to witness such a mesmerizing performance today. It is truly a gift to behold the graceful movements and captivating expressions that Bharatanatyam embodies. To our esteemed guests, your presence, both in person and those who are watching us virtually, your presence has added an extra layer of joy and significance to this occasion. We are immensely grateful for your unwavering support. I would also like to extend my sincere appreciation to our dance guru and all the teachers who have tirelessly dedicated themselves to nurturing and honing the talents of Rachna. Your guidance, patience, and expertise have played a pivotal role in shaping my daughter into an artist she is today. We are profoundly grateful to our friends and family who we have seen. They are running around trying to help at every stage, who stood by us every step of the way, offering encouragement and lending a helping hand whenever needed. And special thanks to Tanuja, who took us through this beautiful morning. A round of applause for her. She did a great job. Now, why don't you come and stand beside me?
Morning without an occasion where I've cried at least 3 times today would be one.
So another person who deserves special mention is my childhood friend Suma, who is watching us in Bangalore. She worked diligently and meticulously with Megha to prepare for today's performance and to make this event successful. She's the one costumes and shopping, they have gone through like years in the last 1 year, and everything she did. Suma, wherever you are, thank you so much. Lastly, thanks to the technical team, Miles and Caroline, for incredible support, and Vasul, our photographer, he did a great job. And finally, I want to express my deepest appreciation to Rachna. Your dedication, passion, and commitment to your artistry are truly inspiring. Today, you showcased your talent and shared a piece of your soul with all of us. We're immensely proud of you and the beautiful performance you have delivered. She lost her phone where she wanted to say a few words, but as you see performance, she can say a few words. And last but not the least, my wife Binta. Yeah, without her, I think nothing would have been possible. It's a round of applause.
I haven't always had a passion for Bharatanatyam. When I was younger, I emphatically believed my future was in ballet. It really spoke to me. So when I mean it really spoke to me, as in I knew ballet repertoire from watching YouTube videos in and out, and I didn't really pay much attention to my Bharatanatyam lessons, and I really wanted to quit over the years many times. And despite moving so many times, like everyone's touched on, Bharatanatyam's remained a constant. It's been an anchor. For my first guru in Botswana, I learned about power and stiffness. For my second guru in Newcastle, I learned about grace and the embodiment of female divinity. You know, and it was only 3 years ago with my 3 teachers, Sajna Auntie, Sadisha and Sebastian Auntie, that I and Bharatanatyam really clicked. It was by no means cathartic, and often I had to like lug myself to my lessons. But slowly, I and Bharatanatyam had a mutual appreciation for one another. You know, finally I want to say, I, lover of history, politics and art, have found something equally worth exploring in its full grandeur. I really aimed for perfection in the show today, but unfortunately, I really couldn't hit that. But when I surrendered to the art, everything just came. And I think that surrendering is the most beautiful thing. So I want to take a moment to appreciate the wonderful people who made this Arangetram possible. First and foremost, I want to thank Savanti. She lives in India. You really made my wishes a reality. She went around Bangalore and she harvested the exact pieces we were looking for with enthusiasm and patience. And Lavanya, you sit and course through each and every sari and jewelry and things like that. So I'm really grateful. To Madhvi Auntie and Prakash Uncle, who came all the way from Seattle, thank you so much. Your presence really means a lot. To Thanija Auntie for being a wonderful MC, and Sakshan Uncle, they have been amazing. They've driven me everywhere, and they came from Rhode Island a few days ago. I'm so sorry. You know, and to both my best friends, Anara and Sujatha, who haven't seen me dance before, our group chat is full of my rants, both mutually, so I really thank you for your patience and your understanding and taking the time to come and see me today. And you know, my brother, he has been the most wonderful mediator within our family. We've gone through many disagreements throughout this whole process, but he's mediated beautifully. And you know, I want to thank my dad. He's the one who's anchored and not allowed me to quit anytime soon. And my mom, of course. It was her strength and mastermind behind the whole event. It may have been me dancing physically up there, but really there were 2 spirits, mine and my mom's. And to my grandma for all her blessings. She logged on yesterday waiting for me to dance. To our wonderful technicians, Miles and Carolyn, thank you so much. We've gone through the lights, in and out, and I'm very grateful and happy. And most of all, thank you to Sebastian Auntie, who is my guru. She's really enabled me to become free and explore the art for myself. And you've introduced a new passion and a new way of looking at the dance. And of course, my lovely audience, thank you so much. I wouldn't be doing the show if it wasn't without you. I never realized when people say that you need a village behind you, but I really have a village. And I have the most gratitude for my village. Auntie Mimi, specifically to you, you've taught me the importance of storytelling, and I've tried to embody that in my dance for the millions of women, like I touched on, who weren't able to practice this freely. I have a soft spot for stories. Really, my first love was storytelling when I read Little Women, and it taught me themes of femininity and divinity. And throughout my years in my life, storytelling has been very powerful. You know, from stories like indentured South African Indians to South Africa, to African Americans who were once enslaved, those stories are what drive me to tell this story. And you know, really, stories are what make us powerful. And in this current and social political climate, we need to remember them. Bharatanatyam was not always expressed freely, but remembering these stories is why I dance, and is why I dance with purpose. and it is my hope that we can be free to share and tell any and all types of stories. Thank you so much. It means the world to me that you're here. Have a good afternoon.
Thanks again. Before we move, I have a couple of announcements. In the front, there is a photo booth. If someone wants to take a picture, Vasul, is it okay? With Rachna, she will be there. If anyone wants to take a picture with her, it will be great to have photographs, some memories. The second is, there is also QR code. If you QR code, it will take her to our website. You can leave the comments if you like it. And yeah, whatever you want to express, it should be a great platform to write that. And the third one is she's very passionate about society and donation and contributing. She worked very hard. Whoever is this is voluntary. Whatever the money comes, whatever the gift all goes to Artistic Society of New Jersey today. Then feel free, after the book there is a small kind of box, you can leave it there. It's completely voluntary. And the fourth is delicious, sumptuous Indian food is ready. You can all either first food booth or you can come back after the food booth. In either way it works. And thank you very much once again for gracing this occasion. It's lovely to have you all here. Now I want to chat with everybody if possible. Yeah, let's have photos and food. Thank you so much.
Nikita